Chris, coming off a big couple of home games that you needed to have really good results to set yourself up in position, and now you have. You haven't locked anything in as far as championships or anything, but you've put yourself in a position where now you can, with 2 weeks to go, you're in a position to play for hopefully a championship and take some momentum into the postseason. But a couple of big wins this past week.
Yeah, huge wins, and nice to obviously do it at home over homecoming as well in front of all the fans and everybody here. It was amazing. I feel like our Thursday performance was spectacular, and then Sunday was just a gritty, grinded out result. Get it done, and it gives us 6 points, puts us in first place, and exactly where you want to be this time of year, which is if you can be competing for a title, be competing for a title. So we're in that spot, and most importantly, I believe based on my math and everybody playing everybody, we should be locked into playoffs, which if you're hosting playoffs, you better be in playoffs. And so here we are.
We have a junior center back, Makena Smith here. Makena, you started your career at Purdue and then 1 year at Miami of Ohio, third school in 3 years. What has the Montana experience been like for you? Maybe that's maybe a bit different than what you experienced so far in your career.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different. It's just been overall so amazing. I think the support from our community in Missoula is what really is so fantastic. And then also just the team culture, the coaching staff. It's really nothing like I've ever been a part of. So it's just been overall really amazing.
Chris, we'll go ahead and talk about just this past week with these games, right? So it's actually kind of interesting looking at the Big Sky schedule. Y'all have played 6 conference games, and there's some teams in the league I think have only played 3.
Yeah.
So when you're maybe mapping out like the future, right? And I don't know if you're doing this, but like what's it like when you're kind of also sitting and waiting, right, to see results kind of play out around the league? Like, do you find yourself doing that, especially after this last week where you get a sweep and you're top of the conference standings?
Yeah, we're always obviously keeping an eye on those and seeing how they go, and knowing who we will have to play, that obviously we have to play Portland State, who if we win out, those are the only 2 teams who can still leapfrog us based on their schedule, how many games they have in hand. But we take care of business with Portland State, and if we would drop a point at any point in time, then off we go into first place, and it would be pretty amazing to get 3 in a row.
The 2 games this week, just to come back and get a couple of big wins like that, to speak to that, and obviously when you play Weber and you beat them 4-0 and make a statement, just as a whole, what'd you think of the week and the girls bouncing back from a couple of draws to then a couple of wins?
Yeah, a huge week, especially from recovering from the injuries that we have been having, everything going on internally when it comes to that, for us to be playing the way that we are and being given permission by those who are injured, right? At the end of the day, you sit there, you're like, if seniors can't play, am I allowed to, continue going out there and giving everything, or are we psychologically snapping as a team and just saying, throw in the towel? We had a really good team meeting, and I feel like our senior group just said, especially the ones that are injured, like, if I'm not playing, you can play. Like, we're going all out and we're getting this thing done. And so to be given permission that way, to be motivated that way by the upperclassmen, so close to senior day as well, was pretty special. And that just unlocked a whole new level within the team and a freedom of play that I haven't seen yet for a very long time.
And Makena, same thing for you. Just, when it is a week like this where, you beat a team 4-0 and it's kind of a grind out game in a cold weather against Idaho State that you still win. Just how big is that for the team to battle through these injuries and still pick up wins and still be in first place?
Yeah, it's just been an absolute grind, but we have every single girl on the team who's bought in and ready to put forth the work and for each other. I think that's the biggest thing. We've just been really resilient over these past couple weeks and even just this whole season. But these last 2 games, really, there've been a lot of girls who have stepped up and really shown that they can really make a difference on the field.
A player's perspective, when the next 3 weeks are one game, whole week off, before the tournament, how nice is that? I guess maybe it's like the grind of the season's coming to an end. You maybe get a little more space in between games. Like, do you notice that at all, or is that a nice, advantage at all?
Yeah, I think it's definitely an advantage with the amount of injuries that we have right now, and even just some nagging injuries that some other people are experiencing as well. Not even just like really big injuries. Just having this week and able to take some time off is really, really important for us.
Same question for you, Chris. Just in that vein, do you like the way the schedule plays out over the next 3 weeks to like maybe counteract some of the not as serious injuries? Do you like the way that kind of plays out down the stretch?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's nice to just at the end of the day have some time to recover. For them to be able to have Monday and Tuesday off and then reboot with Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then play Sunday, I think it's very necessary because there were so many little things that all of a sudden someone's limited to only 15 minutes per half or 20 minutes per half. Now we'll be fresh and just ready to roll on Sunday.
Makena, now that you get to the point where kind of can see the finish line, right? Like it's there on the horizon. Like how does maybe the urgency or what is that like? Just the mentality as you kind of.
Yeah, I would definitely say that taking it game by game is really, really important. We can't like look so far ahead, but it's definitely rewarding to see all of the hard work that we've put in the past couple of weeks and just continuing that grind throughout these next 2 games that we have in conference, but then also remembering that we have one goal and that's to win as much as we possibly can. And so, yeah, I would say just remembering to take it day by day and game by game because we can't look too far ahead, but also it's really rewarding at the same time.
Coach, I think a lot of teams that are in the position you're in, where you're leading now, but there's still games to go, you're battling with injuries and whatnot. How do you balance the pushing for it because we want to be the 1 seed and host versus trying to manage also?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't think at any point in time it's fair to take the foot off of the accelerator. It's just full throttle the whole time. Hopefully I got a team who's bought in and wants to do that, and I feel like that's exactly what they are. But you also have to respect those who are hurt and deal with the emotion of the moment that they're in too, of like, we're not forgetting you, we're not moving on without you, you're still a part of this process. Your role is just completely different. And so you manage that and you put all those pieces together and hope that we can all move forward in the same direction. And that's how teams start to fracture and splinter when you don't get everybody rowing in the same direction. And I feel like I said previously, if we had that meeting and we're all, boom, here we go, that's what we want to do. So
you've been in this spot and been able to, close it out before. I guess how do you feel this team is comparing to where you've been in those situations before?
Yeah, it's I don't know, a strangely special group. I feel like there's so many younger players who are stepping up. Plus, you've got these key seniors who can and juniors get the job done at the same time. And so at times I feel like if I was driving a car, it'd be like, I think I can let go of the wheel for a little bit and they know what's going on. And every once in a while I'm like, oh crap, I got to grab the wheel because we're steering off the road. But for the most part, it's hands off right now with giving them what they need for games and they're going out and executing almost perfectly. Great. Thanks, guys. Job, Kenna.
Thank you.
First time in front of the firing squad.